Billionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
A poor man prayers,
every man bleeds.
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.
Yo. It's your boy SL550. I'm back, man. So I'm getting used to this whole the whole YouTube thing and the terms and things like that. So I'll be looking up videos and things like that and not focusing on the source. So I was playing a video and it was from I believe the NFL, something with the NFL. But I've did that this last week a few times. I played something from entertainment television. I played something with the Breakfast Club. So I'm getting used to figuring out why, like what things not to use and try to clip it. Maybe I can try to clip it to where it it doesn't shut down my video. So that was the first time that actually happened, where it actually shut me down. So it's safe to say they ain't playing about the NFL. So, we ain't gonna we're gonna try to refrain from using certain content, man. But I know we good on this one. So we're gonna talk about the Eagles, finish up talking about the Eagles, because I didn't get to it on my video, and I definitely wasn't redoing my whole video because of that, for sure. So we just gonna leave it like that, rock out with it, and it's this what comes with the game, So we're gonna lock back in and we're gonna talk about the Eagles preseason opener. They looked it really good on offense, but the defense looked it okay, but it seems that it looks like we need a little bit of for some reason the cornerback position for the Eagles have always been a struggle for a while now. It's like we can't get right at that position for some reason. But it's still early. It's still early, and we just got the boy Bennett from the Raiders. He's really good. So we getting some pieces in. We just also got, I believe his name is Marcus Williams. We just signed him. Let me see. I believe we just signed. He is a safety, which we did need to fill that position some more too on the depth chart. So yeah, so we went and got him too. So we'll see, But let's get into this video with Philly Fan 21. Shout out to him. Go subscribe to his channel. Talk pretty much everything Eagles in Philly. So let's tap in and see what they were talking about.
Wait, Eagles football is finally back. As like I said, the Birds opened the preseason by taking on the Cincinnati Bengals at home on Thursday night. And while there were a ton of exciting storylines and takeaways, which we'll get to in just a minute, we unfortunately did not get to see the starters play, which, let's be real, I mean, that's not any sort of surprise at this point, considering that during the now 5-year Nick Sirianni era, the starters, especially on offense, typically do not play in the preseason. And of course, there are exceptions to that, but this year was not one of them. Although, we did get to see the offensive starters during pregame warmups, which was cool, and it was also cool to see backup quarterback Tanner McKee lead the pregame huddle with a nice speech. But the best part is when you look in the background and see none other than QB1 Jalen Hurts looking like a proud dad back there. I mean, how can you not love that? Speaking of which, it was the Super Bowl MVP's 27th birthday on Thursday, so shout out to him. But again, he and most of the rest of the Eagles starters did not play. It was a completely different story for Joe Burrow and the Bengals, though, as he and the starters did actually play. And on their first offensive drive, they wasted no time showing the Birds' backup defense just how explosive they can be, as they drove right down the field on an impressive opening drive that included a couple big catches by Jamar Chase, one of which was just an absolutely insane toe-tapping grab on the sideline. and it eventually culminated in a score for Cincinnati as tight end Tanner Hudson caught a pass and pushed through rookie linebacker Smile Munnin Jr. to get into the end zone, giving the Bengals the early lead. And then again, on their next drive, Joe Burrow and the Bengals reached the end zone, this time by way of a Ja'Marr Chase catch and run, as he beat Kelee Ringo on an out route, and then made a hard cut to make a miss and ran it all the way in for the score. And while on one hand, you could probably just chalk this up to Joe Burrow, Ja'Marr Chase, and the Bengals starting offense being really good, on the other hand, though, you, or at least I, can't help but worry a little bit about the Eagles' current situation at cornerback after what I just watched. I mean, I'm sorry. Again, I know it's Joe Burrow, I know it's Ja'Marr Chase, and I know it's only one game of the preseason, but the Eagles' starting corners, those being Kelee Ringo and Adoree Jackson, just did not look good at all during this game, and that's concerning because so far during camp, it's obviously been those two battling it out for the starting cornerback job opposite Quinyon Mitchell. And you guys know what side I've been on all camp long. I mean, my hope has been that Kelee Ringo would stand out and really separate himself from Adoree Jackson and just prove that he's ready to be a quality starter in this league, because there's no debating that he has the athletic tools and the potential to do just that. Now, from what we've heard, Jackson has had his moments in camp, but he's also been rather inconsistent, and his performance against the Bengals didn't exactly make me feel much better about where he's at, as he allowed 4 catches on 5 targets for 45 yards, and the only incompletion happened because the Bengals player dropped the ball. So all in all, definitely a concerning performance for Adoree Jackson. Unfortunately, though, for Kelee Ringo, it was even worse, as he allowed 4 catches on 4 targets for 79 yards and a touchdown, that obviously being the catch and run by Chase, where he just had a complete...
I think, I don't see, why they don't put, I thought, is he on the left? Let me see, man. I feel like they should put, let me see, I'm thinking about, Cooper DeJean. Think about Coop, because, let me see, here we go. Okay, we got Reed Blankenship at safety. Right cornerback is Adoree Jackson. And they got, hold on. So they got Cooper DeJean at cornerback. Hold on, I'm confused. What the heck is... So he only nickelback. So they got Cooper DeJean at nickelback. Yeah, that's interesting, but I think Cooper DeJean would lock a lot of motherfuckers up. But he's been good at his position, so it's like kind of hard to say, you know.
Again, I don't want to
conflicted on
overreact,
that
but
one.
I can't say that my confidence in Kelee Ringo is super high right now, even after Nick Sirianni tried to do a bit of damage control after the game.
You evaluate everything. Keely's done a nice job in practice to date, you know, and he's made a lot of plays in practice, you know, today.
But you're talking about practice, Nick.
Those guys complete those outs on a lot of. I see them make a lot of those plays. You know, Ja'Marr Chase is, you know, one of the better receivers in the NFL. Just we got to make that tackle there in that situation, and you know, stop that play for a 16-yard gain instead of it going out there. But he's done a lot of good things, and everything we evaluate everything, right? It's not just a one game deal, and I have no doubt that he'll look at the tape, we'll look at the tape, and he'll get better from that.
Look, I'm sure N.G.L.A Ringo has made his fair share of nice plays during training camp, and maybe what he needs is just more time and more actual live in-game reps. And look, I really don't want to be all negative. Like, at the end of the day, I'm rooting for Ringo, and it's just one preseason game versus one of the best receivers in the league. But again, I can't say I'm very encouraged by what I saw from him or Adoree Jackson in this game, and it makes you think that maybe the Eagles could look to make a big change at that cornerback spot. And that could come in multiple different forms.
Yeah, because like you got, so right now they got DJ Reed, Byron Murphy, who I like. They got Travarius Ward and Rasul Douglas. Also, I believe Stephon Gilmore, Asante Samuel, and Christian Fulton are all on the market right now. Like, Stephon Gilmore is still balling. He's more on the back end, but Asante Samuel Jr., like, they got some pieces in the market right now that we could went and got, but we're going to see what they do with Bennett.
I mean, for example, the Eagles obviously just traded for Jacorian Bennett from the Raiders to help out at the cornerback position. And after seeing how Ringo and Jackson played, you just can't help but wonder if Bennett is ultimately the best option the Birds currently have to start opposite Quinyon Mitchell. I mean, yes, he's obviously got a lot to learn and a lot to adjust to, given that he just got traded here a few days ago, and he really doesn't have a ton of starting experience. But, on the contrary, he has played more than N.G.L.A Ringo, and as I said in my last video, Bennett has a lot of talent and ability. I mean, he's super athletic, he's fast, and he can be very sticky in coverage, which he proved back during his time with the Raiders, judging by some of these numbers. So again, after watching the first preseason game, you gotta wonder how much of a chance Jacorian Bennett does have to win the starting job, and whether or not he would be the best option to do it. And then, of course, there's also the possibility of the Eagles potentially making another move to bring somebody in, whether that's via trade or free agency. And obviously, the prime candidate who everybody goes to right away is Asante Samuel Jr., who I've talked about here before on this channel. So, you know, I think he's a good option if they want to go that route. And then when it comes to the safety position, obviously the prime candidate there that's still sitting in free agency is Justin Simmons. And after the Eagles preseason opener, some people are saying that they might need to go out and sign him as well, as the Birds' current lead candidate to start at safety next to Reed Blankenship in Sidney Brown just unfortunately suffered some sort of shoulder injury in this game, that coming on a play where he laid a hard hit on a Bengals ball carrier, and he just came in a little too out of control with his head and shoulder down. So he left the game after that happened in the second quarter, and he didn't return. And, you know, it sucks, because up until that point, I actually think Sid was playing really pretty well. I mean, to me, he was one of the standouts on defense from that first half, just with the way he was flying around out there, getting to the ball carrier, and bringing that energy and
Bro, but Sidney Brown, bro, listen, Sidney Brown is good. He just can't stay healthy, bro. He can't stay healthy, bro. Like, this is crazy.
Aggression that is just so valuable at the safety position. But unfortunately, that same energy and aggression and 100-mile-per-hour attitude is also what got him injured. And that's the main problem with Sidney Brown, right? Like, it's just that he can't seem to slow down for his own good. Now, right now, I don't know the severity of Brown's injury as I record this video, so it very well may be not that bad. And I still do have high hopes for him and think he can come back and win the starting job. I mean, again, he was playing well in this game, in my opinion, but he's just got to learn to slow down so he can both avoid mistakes and also avoid injuries. Speaking of which, though, as much as I hope Jalen Hurts can avoid injuries this year, if he does have to miss a game or two, I'm still going to feel very confident in who the Eagles got under center, and that is none other than the Mormon missile Tanner McKee. As the backup QB is one of many Eagles who made a statement in the preseason opener against the Bengals, but nobody was more impressive than McKee. I mean, just like Joe Burrow and the Bengals started off, McKee and the Birds started off hot, as they went right down the field and scored a touchdown on their opening drive. Now, a huge reason for that was because of a big run by Will Shipley that really got things going. And also, huge shout out to the right guard Tyler Steen for getting a key block to spring him free. I mean, at this point, it really does seem like that right guard job is his to lose. But getting back to that opening drive, McKee was amazing too, as he connected with Jahan Dotson twice, both of which went for first downs. and McKee himself eventually ended up capping off the drive with a rushing touchdown in epic fashion as he brotherly shoved his way into the end zone on fourth down. And that was just the start.
Jahad Dotson gonna be putting that. He gonna be putting that. I mean, he getting used to that system now. Last year he came in and didn't know, he had to get familiar with the system and everything. But got a touchdown in the Super Bowl. I believe also in that championship game too. I think he's gonna definitely be a good piece to throw in the mix. That's going to cause some disruptions and open up opportunities for AJ and Devontae Smith. So look for Jahad Dotson, bro. Jahad Dotson going to be a big piece for us this year.
McKee, as he just kept making play after play, throw after throw, read after read. The Eagles' offense was on a roll because of it. As led by McKee, the offense put up 27 points by the time QB2 came out after the first drive of the third quarter, and the ball was spread all around to multiple different receivers. And overall, McKee finished the game 20 for 25 on his throws, with most of his incompletions coming on throwaways or drops, while he also had 2 passing touchdowns, no interceptions, 1 rushing touchdown, and a QB rating of 135.3. I mean, if that doesn't impress you, then I don't know what will.
That's really good.
But pretty good.
Yeah.
But a little bit
we
more
need that, bro.
Like,
it's so important to have a good backup quarterback, like a solid one, that you could depend on. And so far, because you got to remember, we haven't seen nothing from Tanner McKee because Jalen been healthy, So you never heard anything about Tanner McKee. So now he's starting to get these, preseason opportunities and things like that. So he's standing out. And that's how you do it. When you get the opportunities, you jump in, you let it be known, like, nigga, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And he's been doing that. But it's so important to have a backup QB, just in case, man. You never know. Unfortunately, for the good thing is Jalen Hurts has been solid for the most part. Hasn't, it's been pretty healthy since he's been with the Eagles. Last year he had that little hiccup towards the end. I believe it was happened in the play. I know it was in the playoffs, but yeah. So having Tanner McKee definitely playing like this, and it was against the Bengals. Yes, it's not the starters, but the Bengals did come out with their starters. So I don't know if they came out with their starters on defense. So just think about that. Tanner McKee, second string, Jahad Dotson and them, Will Shipley playing against. Hold on, let me see. Now I'm curious because that's even crazier if that's the case. Let's see. Yeah, see, it said right here, it says, Thursday, August 7th, it appears that the Eagles' second-string offense played a significant portion of the game against the Bengals' starting defense. So that's big. That's big. Like, he played against the Bengals' starting defense. I'm pretty sure it was a player or two that wasn't there, but let's just say 70% of the starters was out there. So to put up 252, 20 for 25, that's major. That's a good look.
No, he did a lot of good things.
That's a good look,
went to the
Tanner.
right place with the football, was accurate. Had really good operation. Him and Kevin, a lot of communication.
This type of shit gets you a starting job at somewhere else.
Yeah, he did a really nice job.
Again, if McKee does have to play this season for whatever reason, then I'm going to be extremely confident in his ability to get the job done. And also, quick side note, he certainly proved Madden wrong for their rating of him in this game as well.
Whoa! Madden, come on, man.
Hey, prove him wrong Thursday.
Yeah, all right. Watch Thursday. Tune in. Be ready.
Now, the other thing to consider with McKee performing this well pretty much in every single opportunity he's given by the Eagles is the possibility that a quarterback-needy team such as the Kellen Moore-led Saints, for example, could possibly call the Birds up in hopes of acquiring him in a trade. And on one hand, I absolutely do not want to part with Tanner McKee. I mean, again, I think he's one of the best backups in the league, and if Jalen Hurts goes down, there is no one I'd feel more confident in than Tanner McKee to step up in his place. But, on the other hand, McKee's trade value might be sky high right now, and there's a chance that the Eagles could get an offer for him that they just can't refuse. So, we'll see what happens. Personally, I do think McKee will stick around, at least for this year.
We got a lot of picks.
Maybe he gets traded next offseason, since then he'll only have 1 year left on his deal. But again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Moving on, though, McKee wasn't the only Eagle who showed out in this game, and specifically, quite a few of the backup receivers really helped their stock with their performance, with the first of those being the second-year man Johnny Wilson, as he ended up having 3 catches for 73 yards in this contest.
He made a big catch last year, too. 2 of which were very impressive contested catches on jump balls, and one of which was a nice back shoulder fade on 3rd down. And after a season where, sure, he did contribute as a blocker and on special teams, but also struggled to catch the ball at times, it was definitely very good to see Wilson produce here, and even win a few of those jump balls that you would expect from a 6'6" wide receiver. And it was also good to see Wilson's draft mate in Anaya Smith make a couple plays as well, as he caught a touchdown pass from Tanner McKee at one point over the middle, and he also had a phenomenal 46-yard punt return to set the Eagles up in scoring position at the end of the first half. So all in all, it was definitely a good day for those two, and they definitely helped their stock in this one. But perhaps nobody helped their stock more than undrafted wide receiver Darius Cooper, as the rookie out of Tarleton State, of all places, absolutely balled out versus the Bengals defense, as he ended up leading the game with 6 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown, which came on a go ball from Tanner McKee to end off the first half. And 41 don't look good on you, though.
I
don't like that number 41, dog. You got to change that, man. Change it to 14 or something. Like that 41 look ugly, man. Come on now, you tripping. But, yo, it be them guys, man. It be hungry, undrafted, nobody, coming out of nowhere. Say Darius Cooper, like, never even heard of him, even though we had him. But shit, 80 yards, touchdown.
Performance and showed off the humble attitude that likely made it all possible.
Darius Cooper, graduated from Tarleton State University, originally from St. Louis, Missouri. It's just a blessing to be here.
Yeah.
And was this
I like that.
But do you feel like what you've done?
I like that.
This was an example. This was kind of just showing.
You're gonna be on the practice squad.
This is a great organization to be introduced to as a first time being in the league, because you work so hard at the details and the small things, and when you put the work in at practice, you come out, you go out with your brothers, and everybody's on the same page, and it just makes the game easier. So it was definitely a great experience to be out there playing with this team and just executing how we did today. So,
can you take us through that 20-yard touchdown catch you had from McKee?
Tanner McKee, he made a great call. He told me to just run a go ball. He threw it up, put it in the perfect spot. The line held up for him. You can't be great without the greatness of others. So the line held up for him. He put the ball there, and we scored.
I mean, listening to him talk, like, how can you not love this guy?
Yeah,
and again, he definitely helped his stock tremendously with this showing. And I'd say he definitely has a real chance of making the roster, or at least the practice squad. I mean, I'm certainly rooting for him. Unfortunately, though, part of the reason that he could still make it is because training camp standout wide receiver Elijah Cooks was unfortunately carted off the field with some sort of shoulder injury. Hopefully, it's not that serious, but it's never good when somebody takes the card in. Yeah. Speaking of which, offensive lineman Kenyon Green was also carted off with a wrist injury, so that's definitely very unfortunate as well. But moving on to some other standouts from the game, the first-round rookie Jahad Campbell definitely did flash some of his potential, as he consistently found himself around the ball, and he had 3 tackles in very limited playing time. Plus, he also had a dropped interception that he definitely should have had, but still, it was a good night for the rookie.
Oh, you gotta
Speaking
make
of which,
that.
though, the game's leading tackler with
You
6
gotta
in
make
Jeremiah
that.
Trotter Jr. had a dropped pick as
Yo,
well.
that boy
and
Jeremiah,
cornerback Eli Ricks also had a
listen,
drop.
Jeremiah Trotter Jr., shout out to his pops, former Eagle. Yo, boy looking strong out there. He looking strong.
Pick 6, along with the pass breakup. So,
Really good.
On one hand, those guys definitely got to make
And then
those
he gonna
plays,
get that
but
starting job.
it was nice to see them just getting around the ball. And I'd say, out of all the cornerbacks, Eli Ricks is definitely the one who helped his stock the most in this game. And then moving on, the rookie defensive tackle Ty Robinson flashed some of his potential as he got multiple pressures, and he even sacked Jake Browning at one point. So that was definitely awesome to see. And then also, staying with the defensive line, Patrick Johnson at one point had a sack that was taken away by a penalty, so he turned right around and intercepted a screen pass, which eventually led to a touchdown.
That's
so
what you
shout
call
out to him as
skill.
well. He
That is skill. Look at that. Just look at
helped
that.
his stock
Like the
too in
focus
this game.
on that
and overall, it was definitely
to intercept
an
that
eventful
like
first
that.
preseason game.
To intercept that quickly, that short of a pass, and with that focus, like in motion.
And for the Birds, I mean, again, there were plenty of standouts. The offense run by Kevin Patullo looked very good, so credit to him for that. Definitely.
Yo, man, shout out to Philly Fan 21, man, for this incredible video. I like how you put it together. Make sure y'all go tap in with him if y'all want to get any Philly news, man. But I'm going to cut it short right here, man. Yo, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I'm so geeked. I'm so geeked about this season, about to start. You know, it's grew up loving basketball. It's like, you know, that was what I was very skilled at. I played football, got a championship trophy one year. Unfortunately, I didn't do my thing in high school because I was a knucklehead, but I love football, bro. I love watching it. The game is exciting. They dumbing it down. I don't like it, but I still love the sport. And you know, we're looking really, really good on offense, and I'm really liking it. The fact that we was able to put up the numbers and also put up, I believe, how much we put up? 30. What was the score? Yeah, 34-27. So gave up 27 on the defensive side. I never liked that. I never liked giving up 20 points, man. I'm more like, you know, maybe giving up 10. 14 is pushing it for me, dog. We need to get the defense to where we're not giving up 20 points a game, man. I don't like that, you know, because that's what hurt us. The first year we went to the Super Bowl, it hurts. You know, that's what hurt us was the defense giving up so many points. You know, and we had a great #1 defense last year. I want to keep it that way. If we could keep the defense, you know, the way it was last year and improve on it, yo, who's going to beat us, bro? Like, nobody's going to beat us, bro. It's like not going to work. Come on, man. We got, like, motherfuckers is paid up. We got picks. We got everything, man. You know what I mean? Like, stop playing with the Philadelphia Eagles, man. But, yo, man, they cut my stream. I had to come back to finish off with the Eagles, man, because I gotta finish. I gotta finish the job, and I did. And thanks for anybody locking in with me, man. Make sure y'all like the video. Go back, like my previous video. Subscribe to the channel. Share my shit. I hope y'all love it. For more content, anybody who, you know, would like to see me react to certain videos or any type of things that you would like to see from me, type it down low in the comments, man. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for tapping in. It's your boy SL550. This is the N.G.L.A. podcast. I'm out.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
A poor man prayers,
every man bleeds.
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.